G'day swimmers, my name is Simon Harmon. I am the Amputee swimmer. So today we're going to be looking at what is in my kit bag. Throughout the year I use different kit all the time. In the summer my kit bag is different to what I use in the winter, and we're going to take a look exactly what I use throughout the year. I'm going to break it down into 4 sections: what I use when I'm in the water, what I use when I get out of the water, what I use in the winter, what I use to train with, and I'm also going to whack in at the end a bonus section about some of the stuff that I can't do without, so my swim bag essentials. If there's any kit that you use differently, or you think that I should add, or if maybe that I should talk about it with more length, then please add a comment at the bottom and I'll try and make a video about it. Right, without further ado, let's dive straight in. What kit do I use during the summer months? Let's have a quick look. So, if I'm swimming in a pool, I use a pair of jammers. If I'm open water swimming, I'll wear these, and there's a reason why I wear these, because I always use these in conjunction with my neoprene shorts. Now, I've had these for quite a long time. I probably need a new set because they've got holes in them all over the place. And the reason why I've got holes in them is because as a disabled swimmer with no legs, I usually have to bum shuffle into the water, and I wear my neoprene shorts really just to protect my bum and my legs as I get into the water. Sometimes I wear a neoprene vest, and I usually wear this if I want to wear my heart rate monitor in the water, because my Garmin heart rate monitor strap really doesn't stay on very well, and so just to keep it on there and get an idea of what my heart's doing, I like to wear that. If I'm swimming in the sea, I like to be seen, so I usually wear a rash vest like this one, and it also means that if I am swimming for quite a long time in the water, I don't get burnt or get stung by jellyfishes if there are jellyfish in the water. On my head, now I've got a few different types of goggles that I like using. Now I tend to swim either early in the morning or late at night, and if I'm swimming at either of those times, then the sun is usually in my eyes when I'm trying to spot the swim buoys. So if it's really sunny and glaring, I've got a pair of mirrored glasses which come in really handy for swimming when it's really bright, and these are just normal swim goggles. I've got a wide set. Now these ones happen to be a smoky set, so that's for sort of sunny conditions, but you know, not where it's hugely glaring. Now these are a wider set, these Aquasphere goggles, and this is the sort of, I suppose, the standard open water swimming goggles you'd expect to see. I use these occasionally. I always find that I get my swimming hat caught underneath here and it lets the water in, so sometimes I'm fussing about with those in the water, but they are really good. If it's not sunny, if it's a bit cloudy, I just use a standard set of clear goggles. I've always got these in my bag, depending on what the weather's doing, and if I am swimming indoors, obviously I'll use those as well. I always wear a swim hat. Somebody asked me why I use one, because I've got no hair. It's purely for visibility, particularly if I'm swimming in the sea, and obviously other swimmers can see me in the water when I'm swimming open water, or the safety can spot me quite a long way away if I'm swimming at a swimming location. I've got these bio ears. This just protects my ears, and I wear these under my swim hat. It means that I don't get any sort of nasties in my ear, and the water doesn't go in my ear, and these are really effective in the winter months. So what else have I got in my little bag here? So I've got some body glide, which I just whack on just to stop myself getting chafing, but I always get chafed. I'll keep all that stuff in there because I don't like forgetting to put stuff on. I've also got a nose clip. Sometimes I use that in chlorinated water because I hate getting the chlorinated water up my nose. And I've also got 2 toe floats. Now these are not safety devices, these are not life-saving devices, these are purely devices so you can be seen in the water. You can put stuff in it, and there's different sizes you can get. These are just purely for being seen in the water. And I've got 2 different types. I've got that standard one there, and I've got a ring toe float as well, which is quite handy on events if you have to wear one for an event. Particularly if it's a long distance one, you'd have to wear one. It just means I can put food in there, I can put some gels in there, or more importantly, I can put my GoPro in there and get a few awesome shots. So that pretty much wraps up what I use during the summer months. If I'm going away with the family, sometimes I mix and match and take a few slightly less, but this is generally what I use during the summer months. So, what kit do I need after I've been open water swimming? So something I actually use kind of before and afterwards is this wetsuit changing mat. This comes in handy for me because I'm usually getting changed on the floor and sat on the floor, so it just means I can protect my legs before I get my prosthetic legs on, or if I'm hopping on my wheelchair. But I also put my wet kit in afterwards, and obviously that's what it's primarily used for, but a great bit of kit. I think I need a new one. I also use a seat cover for my wheelchair. This is a really inexpensive piece of kit, but it just means that I can keep my wheelchair dry if it's wet, or if I'm getting on it when I'm wet. In the summer months I also use a changing robe. This one happens to be a dry robe, changing robe, but I think it's one of the best bits of kit I've got, and I use it throughout the year, but particularly obviously in the summer months this comes really, really handy. It just means I can get changed quickly and get my legs back on quickly after I've been swimming. I always take a spare towel because I've been caught out before, so I've just got this this kind of camping towel which I'll whack into my bag, because in both the summer and the winter I've been caught out and I haven't got a towel, and I've had to use something like that. Now it's always nice to have a cup of tea after you've been swimming, or a coffee, so I've always make sure that I've got a hot flask or something to drink afterwards. Usually I've got a piece of cake as well, but I couldn't fit it in my bag. So that's pretty much the extra stuff that I use after I've been open water swimming. So what kit do I need for swimming in the winter months? Well, you can see I've broken out my standard dry robe warm gear. I'm not going to bang on too much about that. I think everybody knows about dry robes, or the changing robes that you can get to swim in or to use after you've been swimming. There's loads of different brands out there. I'm not a brand monster, and I'm pretty sure that all of them do similar things. So yeah, that's one of the first things I pack in the winter months. But I've also got the pillowcase that comes with the dry robe. Now I use this to sit on after I've been in the water. It just keeps me dry and a bit warmer than sitting on the floor on top of my change mat. So that little addition from dry robe is actually quite useful. Now the other bits of kit I use, if I'm in the water, I've got some neoprene gloves, which I very rarely use actually, and I usually end up giving them to somebody else to wear. I've also got a neoprene hat, which comes in handy, and when I first started open water swimming I use that quite regularly. When I get out of the water, obviously in conjunction with my dry robe, a hat to keep my bald head warm, and a set of gloves, which obviously come in handy during the winter months. So that's the extra kit I use in my, and pack away my kit bag during the winter months. What do I use to train with in open water? So I do quite a lot of events, a lot of long distance events, and I like to mix up my training a little bit, not just getting in the water and smashing out a couple of kilometres. I like keeping it interesting, and sometimes I'll go to a Lido, or if I do go indoors, I like to just change up my training a little bit. So occasionally I use my swim paddles, and they're quite good fun to use. I always know it when I've used those. If I'm swimming in a pool, whether it's a Lido or an indoor pool, I always swim with a pool buoy, because I can't tumble turn, and this just means it keeps me afloat better in the water, and it just means I can be a little bit quicker on the turnarounds. It probably makes it a little bit easier to keep buoyant, but I find that if I don't use a pool buoy, my body can drag through the water, and it just means I'm an awful lot slower. Something I do enjoy using occasionally, I've used it in the sea and in open water, is my power breather. I'm not sure if it's a gimmick or not, but it's just fun and it keeps things different. Comes with a few different attachments. If you'd like to see a little video about this, then leave a comment below and perhaps I'll do one. But I've used it several times, and it just keeps things interesting, and I've taken it on holiday with me as well, and it just means I can go snorkeling with the children. So a nice bit of kit. That's pretty much all I use if I'm training, if I want to switch things up a little bit, but perfectly good bits of kit. As promised, this is some of the kit that isn't necessarily open water swimming kit, but it's my kind of swim bag essentials. So the first one I want to talk about is safety, and I've got first aid kits. I never go anywhere without these. I've had to use them before just to patch myself up after being swimming, but for me, as a former combat medic in the British Army, I think it would be remiss of myself not to have a first aid kit in my kit bag. I'm going to pull out these because they're quite big. Now, these are just dry bags, huge, great big dry bags, which again I used to use in the military. However, I've repurposed them, and I've put my prosthetics legs in them if I go swimming. It just keeps them together, and it means I don't get dragged through the mud. And I've got two different sizes, obviously, a smaller one there just to put a smaller kit in. Now, at the end of a swim, it's always nice to have a warm drink, and again, something that I'd have used in my former life. I've got this jet boil. I'm not going to show you how to use it here. If you do want to know, then drop me a message in the notes below. But this just means I can have a nice hot drink after I've been in the water, particularly if I'm nowhere near a cafe. And I always take with me some coffee. Now these happen to be coffee bags from Combat Coffee, and it just means that I can perk myself up after I've been in the water, and I've got something to have rather than taking milk with me somewhere to have a cup of tea. So these are really useful. When I get home, it's always important to make sure that I hang on my kit, and I've recently bought this Dry Tech hanger. I found it really, really useful. It's strong. It means I can get my kit up after I've washed it and cleaned it, and it can be there ready to dry before I go back out again, because it's always important to make sure you look after your kit and also look after the environment, and that means washing and drying your kit. The last thing I've got in here is just a neoprene wetsuit repair kit. I've actually used it on my neoprene shorts before. As I mentioned before, they've got holes in the bottom, and also, I've had to rescue somebody else and help them with their kit before, so it's always good to have a repair kit in your bag. Now that's pretty much all the kit I've got, and this is just some of the stuff I use in my bag as little swim bag essentials. If you've got any sort of other ideas or bits of kit that you like using, then please drop a note in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful. Any of your feedback would be really helpful to grow the channel. I've really enjoyed doing all this over the sort of last six or 7 months, and I really want to see how far I can take it. So please leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you very much indeed. Please take a moment to check out the rest of my videos on my dedicated swimming YouTube channel, the Amputee Swimmer. It'd be great if you could help my channel grow by liking the videos, leaving a comment and subscribing to the channel. Your support means a lot and it really does help. Thank you, and if I don't see you on here, I'll see you in the water.